Okay, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to split your time so you can create more successful products. Are you a product creator that's struggling to get traction with your new product? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur struggling to add the next big winner to your product range. If so, there's a chance that you got your time split between field work and lab time all wrong. See, it's a problem that you may not even realize that you have, but one that keeps you stuck in the same frustrating cycle of getting nowhere fast. So keep listening, and I'm gonna explain firstly what is lab time, what is field work, and why you need to do both if you wanna make a big impact with your next product idea. Hey, I'm Cathryn Lavery, founder and CEO of Best Self, also a designer and entrepreneur living in Austin, Texas. In Myers-Briggs, I'm an INFJ. This means I'm an introvert. It also means I'm very comfortable working on my ideas in my own space, in my own time. Don't bother me. But to turn your product ideas into a successful business, you have to be able to get out there, to talk to people, and it's why I've been proactively working on new ways of doing that the last few years and has been a big reason for our success. See, I actually worked with a developmental coach and we defined a personality called the cultural anthropologist. And in practice, this means I had to split my time consciously between lab time and field work. And I recommend that you think about how you're splitting your time so that you're getting the right allotment of both. So, okay, what is lab time? Lab time is your deep work zone. This is your protected, undistracted, creative time where you can immerse yourself in either product creation, in doing the work and doing the thing that's gonna drive the business. This is where you get out of the superficial and into the in-depth thinking, problem solving, and idea generation needed to create a successful business or create successful products. But a successful business depends on, yes, doing this deep work, but you don't have to spend all of your time in a lab. You will struggle to create meaningful products that solve real problems if you don't also do the other stuff, which is the field work. Now, maybe you've hired someone that is now taking over. If so, it's crucial that they also get this unstructured time to create new ideas. Despite growing Best Self and working both in the business and the product side, I still work very in depth on the product. And so I really need to split my time between these two things so that I stay effective. It's actually a huge reason why I decided to leave New York City and move to Austin, Texas, because I wanted more lab time. And that's the thing with creative work. It isn't predictable or linear, or you sit down at a desk and you just are able to come up with an idea. You need space, you need time to enable yourself to be creative. And if you don't spend time in the lab, you're much less likely to create something that becomes the next tier A product that's gonna rocket launch your business. Now, I have a whole other video on the tiers of products and what you should be focused on, so check that out after this one. But I talk about all this lab time. Too much lab time also isn't good for you. So creatives need to spend time in the field. So even if it's uncomfortable, even if you like staying in your lab, it's not very effective to create a product that you never show to anyone before it's ready. You need to talk to your audience, you need to talk to customers, you need to collect new ideas and insights. So before we dive deeper into the definitions of field work and lab time, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Knowing what you know now, do you spend more time in the lab or in the field? All right, so what is field work? Where lab time is about deep work, field work is about play, it's about exploring, it's about socializing, it's about getting out of the controlled environment of your lab and experiencing the world around you. See, if you're a scientist stuck in a lab working on that one thing, you're not getting any outside influences, which means you might not be creating something that someone wants. It's about networking, socializing, going to events, seminars, talking to your customers, talking to people of different backgrounds, different opinions, and uncovering potential new problems that you can solve. This is the definition of that cultural anthropologist I was talking to you about. If someone spends all of their time in a lab, they end up not having specimens to actually do anything with. With all of this new data collected, you can go back to the lab by yourself with a whole new set of information to analyze, to unpick, maybe feedback to put back into your product. Fieldwork is about collecting the information to make your ideas better, to add context, and so that you're creating something people want. It's kind of a form of marketing, but also gathering information so that you can make your product and your company better. It kind of follows this idea of if a tree falls in a forest and no one hears it, doesn't make a sound. If you're in your lab creating something but never connect with people, talk to people, how are you sure that you're gonna make something that people want? You can't have one without the other. So if you want to create a product that has meaningful impact, you need to make sure that you are doing both effectively. Now, when I moved to Austin, I knew I was missing this huge piece. I got a new desk, I cleared out time in my schedule so that I only had time when I was working on products. And that's actually when the discovery decks were born, and all of these new products that have come out since I made the move and made a habit out of creating this, lab time versus field work. So if you're like me and you feel more comfortable in one area, figure out how to stretch your comfort zone. Make sure that you're committing time each week or each day to do that deep work, and then also so that you have that outlet to talk to people. I promise if you do this, you will create significantly better products and you will be able to build your business. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be sharing more videos about how you take an idea and make an impact with your business.